Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Games News Network, better known as GNN. I'm your host, Mike Lewis. This is Mike Lewis Gaming. This is going to be our Saturday show. I got the camera there and the thingy there, monitor, which you can probably see, but this is going to be our weekly news episode. We're going to go over updates for our channel, Mike Lewis Gaming, our products that we're making on Wargame Vault and whatnot, which is also under Mike Lewis Gaming. We're going to do news for 7 days, Vane, tabletop news, new minis we like, terrain, maybe movies that I like that I've been watching possibly. Who knows? But yeah, GNN, first episode. You're on the mic with Mike, just because I just watched Bad Boys 4 and I love Mike Lowry. But we have the homepage loaded, as you can see, for our YouTube channel, Mike Lewis Gaming, right here, very pretty. The reason we are here is we have two major announcements for the channel itself. The first one is schedule, content schedule. Every Saturday, we'll start on the weekend and just go from there. Every Saturday we're going to do a GNN episode, Gaming News Network episode. This is episode 1. If you're seeing this, that means everything worked, and that's why we don't have a Vane update for this week, because it is currently the 6th, as you can see in the bottom right there. So Saturdays will be our weekly news, talk about different topics. Some episodes may just be one topic. Sundays are going to be tabletops, as we had done with, hey puppy, say hi to camera. Over there, look at the camera. Say hi. No, just want to lay down. Okay. We have a midnight. Sundays will be tabletop games, since I got distracted by the puppy, which we already put out All Out War. You guys seem to approve of that. What are you looking at? You're looking at this screen? Okay. So we're going to keep pushing with that. We got some other news concerning stuff like that here in a little bit. Monday through Friday is going to be video game content, as always. But we are going to do 2 episodes every day. So in the morning, we're going to do Vane. And in the afternoon, we're going to do, well, evening time, we're going to put out 7 Days to Die. So the target range in my head is between 11 and 12 for the episode of Vane in the AM. And then in the PM, we'll be doing 7 Days to Die, hopefully between 5 and 7, somewhere in that broad category, depending on how much running I have to do for the day for errands, my boy, the puppies, stuff like that. And that's going to start on, well, this episode is going to air on Saturday, which is why we started with the weekend first. Then we'll have our second consecutive Sunday tabletop episode on the 11th. And then on the 12th, we'll start our double dose of Zombie Mayhem video games. So January 12th, we will start having 2 episodes every day, Monday through Friday. Weekends is going to be the news episode, the episode of GNN, and Sundays will be tabletop. The second announcement for our channel is under the store tab. Well, next to the membership. If we do have a membership thing, if you want to support the channel, I don't really like any of the perks you get from that, so you don't have to worry about that. If you want to, you can. That's awesome. I won't, tell you not to, but I've never joined a membership, so. But we do have a store. So we do have some merch. We have 2 hoodies, a t-shirt. Well, we have 2 t-shirts. That's just the Mike Lewis one. It's not sure. Well, this is just a featured YouTube thing. They picked that I have work to do. We have some stickers. We have 2 coffee mugs. And we have 2 different hats. So if you go there, it takes you to this. If you click on one, it'll take you to the Mike Lewis Gaming Collection right here on 4th Wall. I can get the 4thwall.com thing removed, but they're the ones, doing this with me, so we're not going to do that. I could change the background and stuff, but I love the gradient from like the really light pastel pink over to my sky blue. Sky blue is my favorite color. And then we have the Zombie Task Force hat. 3 different size stickers. Zombie Task Force hoodie. which I really love that logo. Zombie Task Force mug, which if you can see, both the mugs are white, but got the Zombie Task Force blood splatter bullet hole. The Mike Lewis Gaming hat, which is mesh in the back. I know some people like it, I don't. The Mike Lewis Gaming t-shirt with just our thing there, and then the Mike Lewis Gaming white coffee cup with just the name of the channel. Coffee cups are only 12 bucks, pretty decent deal. Hats are only 20, shirts 20, hoodies only 35. Stickers are 6, but they're bigger stickers, like bigger than this. Bigger than a Dark Sword miniature sticker, so yeah, so if you guys want to help support me and the puppy and the fam and the channel and what we do, got a nice way to do it that gets you something and not a YouTube membership. We will be doing every week a Vane update, because Vane does Vane Weekly, which is this. You can go to news.vane.gg. You can sign in and subscribe. They have their roadmap and everything on here. Then you scroll down and it tells you everything that they put out. Their newest one was December 31st. They'll have a new one out tomorrow. I was going to wait to do that, but I wanted enough time to troubleshoot the new setup. You getting down, puppy? No? Okay. Just turning. We've already gone over the notes for this in game, so we won't do that. But you just click on, if you guys want to do it yourself, no, you can just tune in to me every Saturday. Vane will be a part of it, and it shows you pictures of what they're working on, tells you everything that they're fixing and stuff like that. They put it out every week. They are enjoying some of their holiday time, which I think they hired one person so far. So there's 3 of them now instead of 2, but they deserve a break just like everyone else. Also on this site they have their roadmap. So if you want to see, last updated November 10th, it's not an exhaustive list. These are the things I've gotten done on the right. Chazy Highlands, Dannemora. Done for the next update. I haven't seen them move anything, but they haven't updated it for a while. They're doing a lot of business stuff, as we've talked about in the past, which I understand. Then the soon, you can click on it and it'll actually pop up. Animals going to have complexity. You can tame animals, feed them, whatever. Farm animals can produce items, chicken, eggs, milk, etc. Which, if you can get a cow and milk a cow every day for your hydration, that's pretty badass, I think. Animals will have additional behaviors, so, you know, stuff like that. And dogs, cats, and horsies will be added to the game. But we'll go over all that more in depth in a later episode. This is just kind of a get it out there type thing. But yeah, so there's Vane. Hit back. There we go. And they have a Discord, their Steam, their home. I think they're active on their Discord. I'm not really into Discord very much. I'm old. I need to get more involved in stuff like that, but it is what it is. 7 Days to Die. No real official news, but IZ Pre-Built, and a fellow YouTuber, much bigger channel. Joel from the Fun Pimps actually left a comment saying that he's working on a hybrid learn by doing magazine book skill system. So the perks, you know, you level up, you get to put a point in or whatever, will still be there. Which sounds exciting. If the first report I heard is true, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be weapons and tools you gain experience by using. So if you want to get good at a sledgehammer, you use a sledgehammer. And then all your crafting and cooking and stuff will be by magazines and books, which would make sense. If you want to learn how to make a blueberry pie, you get a recipe. You don't just try it until you get it. However, I heard the flip side of that, which is all your weapon stats will still be point-based only. You can't do anything else. And your crafting would be done by doing. So the more you cook, the higher stats you would get, the more recipes you unlock. Same with the forge and the workbench. If they go that route, I am much less excited about it. But it is what it is, I guess. Tabletop news. The next game we're going to buy is going to be from Spectre Miniatures. That's the Bleeding Edge one. They have a Out of Time, which is a zombie outbreak one, which would be awesome. They have a starter set on here for Spectre. Right here, 130 bucks. This is going to be our next game that we got by to start playing on the channel. They have law enforcement, drug cartel, civilians, bunch of actual cool terrain, not just ruins. It's a D10 system, supposed to be really fast-paced and brutal, like one shot kills your character. That's their minis and terrain, beautiful looking. A bunch of equipment and stuff like that, night vision goggles, AKs, M4s, honey badgers. There's the insurgent fighter element. And you got task force, CQB, close quarters combat. So yeah, this, and we're going to use it. It comes with a big campaign and a bunch of add-ons and stuff like that. We'll dive into this on a different episode. They have STL, sceneries, all kind of cool. But we're going to use this as our rule set to play our G.I. Joe finally. It has, pretty good. Doesn't have classes, but you have like leader or commanders, breachers, heavy weapons, stuff like that. You have specialists, which is pretty much your class in the military. So we're going to be doing this, and we did order the Walking Dead Anthology. I was going to load that up and show you guys what comes with that, but we'll be getting it sometime this month. Hopefully by the weekend, not this weekend coming up, but the following weekend, so I can make a video on it. If not, we'll probably do some painting video if it's not here in time. Paint up a zombie and a survivor, just to show my style of painting. I like the comic book, vibrant color stuff. But yeah, Spectre Operations is going to be the next game we buy. It's not really expensive, $132. I will show some of their, I just click on minis? Yeah, catalogs. You got Tier 1, you got the law enforcement, operators, criminals, Ukrainian forces, insurgents, civilian vehicles, UK SF, agents, weapons for vehicles and stuff too, which is pretty cool. You can actually make technicals and stuff like that. Scenario miniatures, the Mercs, Blacksite Studio stuff that works with it, and Covert Ops. That's just a little quick view. They all look really good, I think. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the end of our first episode here in GNN. Hopefully it was entertaining. Hopefully it was educational in, some ways. I do like having a dedicated day for announcements and stuff like that. I think it'll help streamline everything, maybe show off some things that people don't know about. And our tabletop's going to be focused on modern and post-apocalyptic, obviously, because those are the things I like the most besides Napoleonic era. But Napoleonic era, I need a much bigger table and a lot more storage. So, and I think it'd be harder to make content for, in all honesty. We can get into modern day narrative combat a lot easier, or post-apocalyptic, I think, than explaining why we're fighting, a battle in the Napoleonic era to just a general person. I mean, this is niche, but I think Napoleonic's even more so. But yeah, this is just going to be kind of our chance just to go over everything, me update everybody, get opinions. Like if you don't like the Vane being first, you want 7 Days to Die to be the first one instead, throw it in the comments. You have ideas. Maybe different sites you want me to go to, maybe something you want me to talk about that somebody else said or did. Just let me know. I think GNN is going to be a fun addition to our catalog. The setup's a little bit wonky because I got my old desk back, so I don't have quite the same room, so we might work on that. I might collapse the tripod down when we're doing these and bring the camera closer or something like that, but as long as audio's good, we should be fine. But like, subscribe, leave me some comments, check out the merch store, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.